Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. How's everybody today? Boy, did I have a hard time waking up today. Thanks to the old daylight savings time, it stole an hour of my sleep. Oh. Well, welcome to everybody that's new. My stream. This is my stream room. All the cool stuff in the background. There's lots to look at. I did not paint that. Justice League, that was a present, but I did do that. I colored that. That fox body there, that's my design. A few things. I'm gonna put up more, I just haven't got around to it yet. Sure everything's on. Still half asleep. That's the plan, Mr. Zucker. Miss Zucker. Hard to tell. Zucker. Let's call you Zucker. I have a habit of calling everybody man. That's a thing with me. It just shows my age. Yeah, don't forget to hit the follow, guys. Perfect. That there. This. And my wife comes in with the first bits of the day. Thank you so much, dear. Yeah, man and dude. Those are my go-tos. Dude is usually at the end of at the beginning of talking to somebody, like dude, and then my sentence, and then man is usually at the end of the statement. Whatever, man. You know, that sort of thing. Nah, don't worry about it. Be surprised the names you get on stream. And it's hard to tell who's who nowadays, you know? All right, so it's good that Mabus, is that how you pronounce it? Mabus Games? It's good that you're in here tonight because I set up a special project just for you. I was hoping that you'd join in. We are gonna show you how to take your texturing to the next level. I'm gonna show you a bunch of tricks and tips and tricks inside Substance Painter to thank you for the follow, Mr. Zucker, much appreciated. Okay, so let's fire up Substance Painter. Maybus. Okay. Maybus. Yeah, those swords you were working on last night were pretty cool, man. I love the texture that you put on the blades themselves. Very cool. Alright. So I got 3 monitors, so it's hard to. Okay. Inside Substance. So for me, to start a project, I'm gonna do it right from the beginning so you can see my baking process and everything. And this is an older version of, you were mentioning in your stream, like your Substance is old but you own it. Same with me. This is a maintenance mode version. I don't know what version it is, but the company I work for, Missing Worlds Media, they only buy it for like when there's like a major update. You want me to just turn down the music? Okay, hang on a sec. I haven't touched it. Everybody said it was fine last stream. There, how's that? Let me know how that is. Better? Okay. Yeah, I didn't touch it. That's weird. It was funny when I first started up the stream, I couldn't hear the music and I was freaking out, thinking something got changed. And it turned out I just had the volume down on my you know, and this is kind of like I did IT for over 20 years before I got into art. Yeah, coffee's a good idea. Speaking of which. I like that. It auto took out him saying your music is blowing you out. That's hilarious. Okay, so I'll wait until he gets back, because this is important. I did this specifically for Mavis today. So. Meanwhile, if you got any questions, okay. So the purpose of these streams, I've kind of changed the scope of what I want to do for my streams since I joined the new Discord. I want to be a little bit more helpful to beginner artists, so I'm gonna have to write this down somewhere, but I have pretty extensive knowledge in a lot of software, all of Adobe stuff, Substance Painter, ZBrush, Cinema 4D, After Effects. I know a little bit of Blender, Unreal Engine. So I have kind of a broad skill set. Graphic design. I did graphic design for like 20 years before I got into 3D. So I have a lot of broad knowledge. So if anybody has any questions in that sort of a scope, please write it down and let me know next time I'm streaming, and I will do my best to try to walk you through some of that stuff. And if I don't know, we'll find it out together. We'll do the research and we'll figure out how to do it together. Okay? So that's my plan. Now I'm going to be putting this up on YouTube as well. So, so that message will get out. That's what these are for from now on. That's why, like, the stuff I'm going to be working on has to do 9 times out of 10 to do with the game that I'm working on, Cityoftitans. Which I will do. Now that we got a few new people in the chat, I will show off a little bit of my Cityoftitans stuff too. After I do this texturing piece that I'm working on, we're gonna work on another costume called I call it the Titan armor, but it's very inspired by the Guyver armor. We'll work on that a little bit too. But yeah, so. Should I wait for him to get back? No, let's just do the baking. The baking's gonna take a little bit. So we're gonna go. Where's my mouse doing that? Is that off? Yeah, technical difficulties. My mouse just. See, when I turn my crap off at night, this is what I'm afraid of. That when I turn it back on, nothing's gonna work. Yeah, I know, man. It's so weird that it's like this. The story with this Cintiq is that it's broken. A couple months ago, we had a dog that we were gonna try to adopt, and it was already cracked from me moving it, but I had repaired it enough that it was only cracked on the bottom. And this dog, it's huge. It was huge. It was a beast. It chased our cat on top of my desk, and then put its paws right on top of my Cintiq. And there is a massive crack that starts from one corner all the way to the other. And I think he damaged some stuff internally too, because ever since then it acts up. Like now I can't, for some reason my mouse is moving over there on my other monitor, which makes no sense. Let's see if this works. Okay, there we go. That was weird. Okay, so I'm gonna use my mouse just so it doesn't screw up. Okay, so for me, I'll go, this is my baking process. So I go new, I'm gonna pull up my, now when oh good, perfect timing, dude. Okay, so I'm gonna bake this so you can see my baking process. So I'm gonna, when I my naming convention, I always put, I have a low poly and a high poly. My low poly, I put LP. That's my personal prefix for when I do stuff. So I'm gonna open up this piece that this is a small section of my mech that I made. I think I posted it in the Discord. So this is just like the torso with the center guns and the lid, just so you can see what it's like to texture multiple pieces. And it's not low poly by any means, but it's okay, so here's this is the low poly version. I don't know, I think it's somewhere in the million, 500,000, something like that. I don't know. Okay, so as you can see, I've got my 3 texture sets here, right? Okay, so now we're gonna go down here. I'm gonna go bake settings or bake maps. I'm going to do 4K. I don't need ID. And then my high poly I'm gonna grab here. Now I'm not gonna mess with these because the only time I mess with these 2 settings is when I have geometry that isn't entirely 100% silhouetted to each other, or there's geometry that sticks so far out from the base mesh that I need that extra space in order for it to kind of envelop it. I'm not going to do anti-aliasing because that's ridiculous, and I'm going to go by mesh name. You want to do mesh by mesh name when you have multiple pieces like this, because if you try to bake this as always, there's a chance that when the baking process, it'll get confused and it'll try to combine the pieces together, and you get this weird like shadowing around the pieces. So it's always good to just, if you have separate texture islands like I have, it's a good idea to use that setting. Okay, and then my prefix here, I like using LP and HP because it's different and it's HP. Oops, HP. And then we're gonna hit bake texture. Shouldn't take too long. My system is pretty beefy. I've spent a couple of years building it up. It is a 16-core Threadripper. It's got 128 gigs of RAM, which is maxed out. I wish I could put more, but it won't take more than that. I've got a 2060 with 8 gigs of RAM. I've got lots of SSD drive space. My main drive is an SSD. It's a 980 Samsung. It's like the fastest you can get right now, I guess. Yeah, and it's in a massive tower. But yeah, that's the computer I use. So that's why I'm able to do streaming and playing music and baking while I'm streaming, because I've seen some guys try to bake while they're streaming and it just doesn't work. Okay, so that's our bake, and as you can see, it looks nice and crisp. It looks pretty good. Okay, so that's my baking process. This geometry isn't perfect. Like you can see, there's some spots here and here, but I mean, it was a showpiece, right? Yeah. I needed the RAM, like, because when I'm working on a piece, especially something like this, I have Cinema 4D open, I have ZBrush open, I have Substance open, because I'll work on the piece, export it out, and then I have a third-party UI or UV unwrapper, so I have to run that as well. So I have to get all this. I got my RAM right when it started to get expensive again. Like I think I picked up my 64 gig kit for like $300. Like it's G-Skill. And I've never had issues with G-Skill. Their RAM is amazing. Okay. So I like when I'm going to do the main body first. When I texture, I like to use fill layers. And the reason I use fill layers is because you have so much more versatility with what you can do with them. You can also make changes on the fly. To use a regular paint layer, once you paint, that's it. It's like when you paint a wall. You're kind of stuck with whatever you do. You can't change height. You can't really do much with the paint layer. So that's why I use fill layers. So we're gonna go with fill layer here, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a black mask. And then what I want to do is I want to go over to my smart materials. I have this really nice one that I like. It's called Machinery. And there's two ways to bring... I'm going to show you everything, guys, so that you can... Because there's probably stuff you guys know, and there's stuff that you don't know. Like, watching Mavis stream last night, I was able to give him 2 or 3 tips on stuff that he didn't know how to do. And it was simple stuff, but it's going to... for his quality of experience in Substance Painter is going to make it awesome, right? So there's 2 ways to bring a texture or material on to a model. You can either drop it directly on the piece like this, or you can bring it right over and drop it here, right? Now, for this, because I'm using a Spark model, what you would do is you would add a black mask on this. Right? And then you can paint, or add a white mask, and it keeps your current setting of whatever it is. And then what you can do is you can go to a brush, let's say dirt brush. New properties. I always turn my flow pressure off. And see here, right here, this thing here, this is your opacity. So if I hit X, it turns it from white, turns it on and off, okay? Usually, depending on the situation, when it's black, it means it's pulling away. And when it's white, it's adding, okay? So this smart material is great. It looks amazing, right? But you can make it better. And the great thing about smart materials is they come in these layers, and you can do the same thing with the masks. So you can add, let's say, like all this rust. Let's say you don't want as much rust. You can add a mask on this. You can add either a black and get rid of all the rust, and then paint the rust back on yourself, right? Like that. Or you can do it like before, and you put a white mask on. Oh. Did I do that wrong? Yeah, the white mask doesn't work. Okay, there you go. There's another one. I thought a white mask would work. It doesn't for some reason. Must be something to do with the layer stack. But it still allows you, like if you put a black mask, you can paint the rust on yourself, right? And rust, as far as I know, I'm not an expert on rust, likes to accumulate where water accumulates. So like in this area here, you would paint a little bit of rust in here, right? Because that's where water is going to accumulate, right? And then here. Here. Right? Like just little places like that where you know water accumulates. Back. Anyway, yeah, that was tip number 1, I guess. Cool thing about, I love textures like this because you can change everything on the fly. So let's go back to our fill layer. So same with the fill layer. The cool thing with fill layers, like I was saying, is that you can change things on the fly. Okay, so my videos are on Twitch for the 60 days, I think. I think it's longer once you hit partner, which I'm hoping to hit soon. But 99% of them I upload to my YouTube channel. So if you want to hit up my, it's either my YouTube channel's in the link down in Twitch. It's also in my Discord profile. So yeah, you could watch it on YouTube. I'll put it up there probably in the next day or so. But yeah, if you got to get going, man, I appreciate you hanging out though. That was cool. Okay, so with layers, or with fill layers, all you have to do is tap the material and it automatically adds it to the layer most of the time. Why is not doing it? I think it double tap. That's stupid. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Now, because it's a black mask, you don't see it, right? But some green paint. Okay. Now, the mask stays, right? So if I want to change the material, I just double tap and it changes the material. Okay. So this is the way when I'm texturing something that, let's say the best way to do is my costumes. When I'm texturing the costumes, what I will do is I will have this, I will have this a solid color, like say red. I want to make sure that my brush is off. So I'll take like a solid color, and I'll paint the area that I want. So that's it. Just paint this for now. This is the one thing I wish Substance did that Photoshop did, and I'm hoping maybe they'll implement it now that Photoshop or Adobe owns. See how I have a border of color? I should be able to just double tap and it should fill that. I don't know why it doesn't, because with Photoshop you can grab the fill bucket and fill it. That would be amazing for filling in huge spaces like this. Okay. So textured. Now all I have to do is go here, materials, and boom. My material changes just like that. So you use these basic color masks as a way of telling yourself that that's going to have a specific color on it. Now, when I'm coloring or texturing pieces for our game, we have 4 primary colors. We have what's called a cutoff layer, which is where anything that's on that white layer will be seen by the game engine, the way we have it set up. And then we have red, green, and blue. Blue is our glow layer. It's usually anything that has any kind of color emissions that go on there, but it can be any. It doesn't have to be. You can turn it off. So we have 4 primary zones, we call them, that we can apply materials to. Right? I'll show you that in a minute. So that's where I learned this technique of just to be able to get the piece that I'm working on covered in a color, so that I can see visually what I'm working with. And then I play around with, and because they're fill layers, I can manipulate those layers. I can add height, take away height, I can add metal, or I can add roughness, take normals out. I can do all that stuff because it's a fill layer, right? And it affects it real time. So yeah. Okay. Emissions. Speaking of which, to add glow to anything, requires called an emission layer. So you have to turn that on. So you pick a layer that you want, and then you go into your channels and you just grab emissive, right? And then you go back to your properties. You turn emissive on. Now, I'm going to turn this off. So you can mix the base color and the emissive color. I think you can mix them. We can try it here. Usually I leave things black. That way the emissive color that I make is as bright as it can be, because anything against a black background is going to be bright, right? So let's do something there. I'm going to pull some of this back for a minute. Just want you to see. And then you can, if you want, you can just go like this and you go clear mask. Boom, it's gone. Now, the cool thing about emissive, it follows all the same rules. So if I go to height and I crank height down, I'm going to go to brushes. I'm going to grab my hard brush just to make sure I have it. And then I'm going to go over, this is one of the tips I gave Mavis last night. So you got your hard brush. You can use it with any brush, but I use hard because it's you're getting full strength. And you can go into your alphas and you can choose any alpha you want. I've got so many. Let's try something. You double click and it automatically adds it to your brush alpha. Okay. So now when I click, you got an alpha with emissions on it, and it's got all the height information. And here's the cool thing. You go into here and you can change this in real time because you have a fill layer. See, with a paint layer, you can't do that. Once you paint something, it's stuck in that height, right? So that's the power of fill layers. That looks cool. And you can continue doing this. Like I can grab. Now, the only thing with fill layers is that it affects all of the stuff. It affects the entire mask or that level. So if I go into layer again and I choose my height, it changes the height for everything. I will look into that, Mobius or Mavis. Definitely. If I can keep them forever, I'll keep them, because they're my videos are learning tools for people. So I would, I'd like to have it wherever people can access it, because some people don't like YouTube and some people don't like Twitch. So events. That's cool. So that's emissions. That's cool. Like, I mean, personally, of all the things that you can do in substance, this is my favorite. I don't know what it is. I love making things light up. It's a weird thing. Okay, so let's go to the main lid, and we'll grab a smart material. Let's grab this one, and we'll just drop it on. And boom, just like that. We have a cool looking lid. Fill layer, black. Let's do a base color of, we got yellow. Bring white down. We'll go to alphas. Let's see. Let's take this number. Let's stamp it on the lid here. There. Just like that. And because it's Substance Painter, it's awesome. It just does all the lighting and everything for you. It's great. Looks amazing. And if we wanted to do the gun cluster, we could grab, let's see, something. Like a base steel. That's my daughter. Nobody can hear her. All right, so let's get rid of this. That's not what I wanted. Never mind. This one. So let's get rid of that. Turn the machinery back on. So you can see very quickly with Substance how fast you can texture something. It's insanely. But these the way I look at these smart materials, or any material in it, is it's a base, and you should be learning to know how stuff works. Like I was mentioning with the rust, like this rust looks great and everything in theory, but it would never rust like this in real life. Like this is a vertical surface, right? So where would the moisture sit for the rust to start to happen like that, right? So the rust would like be in here, it'd be under here, in here, and there, maybe a little bit around the edges, in here too. But I don't think the rust would, in my opinion, I don't think the rust would collect on the side of it like that. Lots of rust in there. That would make sense. And along this, yeah. But the cool thing is we can. Yeah, you gotta play. These things have like 1,000 channels. You gotta play with stuff. which one it is. It's been a while since I've played with this texture. There we go. Okay. So that's it. So you play with settings and get it looking good. But yeah. I hope that was helpful. I mean, if you got any questions about Substance Painter, now's the time to ask. Like, how do you do this, or where do I find this, that sort of thing. I'm going to leave generators and that stuff to another video. Because I don't think I have... Oh, having 3 monitors is annoying. It's not as cool as you think. Yeah, generators are fun, but I hardly ever use them, to be honest. I use them when I'm doing stylistic style. It's not even a thing. Like that certain particular shell shading type of coloring. I can't. There's games that use it. I use generators for that. Yeah, dirt. Like, that's the other thing. Like, main body here. I want to show one more thing here. The other thing that you would, like, something like this, I would pull the rust out from the side, and then what I would do is, I would probably use. Find one. I would probably use something like a leak. I'm not sure if you need to use these with a paint layer or... Nope. Okay. So this is what I would do if I was gonna do like a super detailed version of this. I would use something like this, right? To add water drips and stains. Because like my old truck, before we traded it in for the SUV, if you looked at all the door handles, had this stain coming down the door. And that was from years and years of, you know, it getting rained on. But yeah, that's how I would, if I was going to do this, that's how I would do it. That's cool. I mean, there's all kinds of them. There's liquid stream. Veins are neat. And you can get these everywhere, like particles, burning. There's broken glass is kind of neat. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like Substance Painter is ridiculous. I'll get it. I'll do a video dedicated on this stuff because there's a lot to it. I could take up a 3-hour video just showing off this stuff. It's insane what you can do. But I just wanted to get, for this segment, I just wanted to sort of give a basic idea of mainly I wanted to focus on the fill layers because those are ridiculous and they're super powerful. Okay. So let's exit out of this. Okay, because we have quite a few new people in the chat who don't really know what I do. We'll show this first. I'm going to show you, I'm going to open up my character generator. I have a test character generator for the game that we're working on. And that's where, when I'm done a costume piece, I will test it to make sure everything works before I hand it off to, like, I'll do a basic rigging of it just to get it in the character generator, just to make sure it works. And then I'll pass that over to our rigger, and he will rig it and weight it properly. But this is my Guyver armor that I'm working on. He's coming out pretty good. Quite a bit of detail. Like, this is just my first pass on him. I haven't, like, this is not done by any means. I think I'm gonna redo his under armor because I don't like the way these, the way this texture worked out. Yeah, his legs are awesome. Look at those legs. Yeah, this is, I'm gonna work on this a little bit. Lots of cool detail. And I'll show you the process of how I do that. It's, for me, it's simple, but for people watching, they're like, holy shit, how do you do that? Yeah. Okay, so let's open up. I'm probably going to have to do this every once in a while, just to sort of people get an idea of what I do. Which is fine. I don't mind. It shows off the project, right? Also, at about the hour-and-a-half mark, I'm going to take a 15-minute break, get up and stretch, and all that stuff because I'm going to try to get this. I'm going to try to stream for 3 hours, and then I'm going to take a break after that, and I'll be back at 7 to stream till 10. And I don't know. I mean, it's up to whoever shows up. If you want me to continue doing more art, I'll do art. If you want me to game, I can game. Warzone, Destiny 2, I could play some Minecraft, whatever you guys want to see. Just waiting for this avatar builder to load up. Yeah, it's totally up to you guys. This is basically your stream. I have a basic outline in my head of what I want to do, but that can always change on a dime by what you guys request. I really love this new Discord, guys. This, the Color of Love. A great Discord, great community. I'm really loving it. I've only been a part of it for less than 24 hours and I love it already. Okay, so this is the character, this is Unreal. And if I hit play, oh, it's just funny that, can't remember his name, Gavin or what's his name? Gavner just showed up at my, yeah, he just showed up on my, DeviantArt and sent me a message. Hey, come check out this. I said, sure. I'm always up to networking and meeting new people. But like I said, I'm all about inspiring new artists because I've been doing this for so long. I want other artists to get the motivation and the inspiration to keep going because trust me, there was a couple times, even in the last 10 years where I was, actually there was a time where I took a 6-month break from art completely. I sold my Cintiq. I just, after my daughter passed away, just didn't care about art anymore. So I took about a year off. I think it was about a year actually. Yeah, it was a year I took off. Didn't do anything. This icon here, guys, I've made that too. See, when I joined Missing Worlds, yeah, dude, it was, we were a mess. Hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Walking a kid through cancer treatment. Brutal. Anyway, it's not something I can talk about for a long period of time before I start getting, thanks, sucker. Okay. So yeah, let's continue on. So this is the avatar builder for City of Titans. This is an alpha or pre-alpha. They have a better version of this one. This is the one that I use for testing. The one that they're currently using is better than this. It's more refined and has more stuff in it. There is currently about 100 pieces in the repo that I've done that are getting added. And hopefully by the end of first quarter this year, we're going to see a big update. Hey, Cabot. Speaking of Missing Worlds, that's my boss, War Cabot. He is the team lead for City of Titans. So if you guys have any questions, he's the guy to ask. He knows everything about the project. And he's a freaking awesome dude. Like, he'll bend over backwards for you. He's that cool of a guy. That's why I work so hard for him. Okay, so I don't need my... So this is the avatar builder. This is a female model. There's the male model. These models are getting redone at some point. We don't know when. So we're just kind of... I mean, she looks a little butch. We're trying to... with sliders and presets, you can get her looking a little nicer. But you go over here, I mean, look at all the sliders. Like, it's ridiculous. That's just the head, dude. Look at all that. Well, you didn't miss much. I showed off Mabus Games there. He's a Substance Painter user, and he was painting some swords. I saw him streaming the other night. And I was able to hop on there and give him some quality of life tips. And that gave me the idea of doing a little bit of a segment on some tricks and tips for using Substance Painter. So, yeah. So that's what we did for the first hour. And now I'm showing off, because I have so many new viewers, I'm showing off the avatar builder. because it's freaking awesome, and I think everybody needs to get over to the Missing World store and spend $50 and be part of this project because it's awesome. You spend $50, you get the avatar builder, you get access to a little island to run around in, and then but the best part is you get access to all of the updates as they happen, because that $50 comes with a copy of the game when it goes live. I mean, and you get two months VIP, I think, too, with that. So anyway, so this is, I mean, there's, and all this stuff is layers, guys. Like, it's stupid. Like, the amount of, I'll show you some pre-built stuff. So this is Anthem. She is one of the main, she's a paragon. She's one of the main characters for the story arc of the game. This one. That's what you're talking about, Kevin? I'm lost. So yeah, this is Anthem. And you can see, like, we have layers. So this suit of hers is one layer. It's on the spandex layer. It's on the bodysuit or spandex layer. And then the arms, another layer. And then the belt. And this. And then, like, we stack everything, right? Making more coffee. Yeah. I love coffee. Coffee's my... But yeah, that's one I made. I've got just ridiculous amounts. This is another one I made. This is an arts female. I made the backpack. I made everything. I made it all. So yeah, she turned out really good. There's a male bird. Some of these really look good, man. You don't realize your work until you go back and look at it later. Like, it's so cool. And the dude that we got rigging right now, he's knocking it out of the park. He's doing a good job. Oh, this guy. This is a cool one. Speaking of rigging, all right, buddy. This I'm proud of. This one took a while to get going because I couldn't get the rigging properly done, and Synapsis is the name of the dude who does our rigging. And mess with the slider? Sure, I can do that. So this is the hard armor. This I love this armor. It turned out really good. But you can, yeah, you can make your guy huge, or you can make him tiny. I love the fact that all the morphs work. Isn't that cool? Like, you can crank up your fitness level. Like, that's gonna be clipping, I think. That morph obviously isn't working, Cabot. They'll probably fix that when they put it in the real version. But like I said, this is just my test version. So some of these work, some of them don't. Let's see what else works. Mass. Yeah, brute mass. So some of these aren't working. Some of them do, and some of them don't. You can make them average and give them a belly. That's awesome. Let's see. Body. The torso link. Okay, so the sizing morphs seem to be working. Yeah, those seem to be working. That's a big chest. But the ones that don't seem to be working are the morphs themselves. Yeah, yeah. And I think when Luther puts it in, he'll fix that. Because I gave all the low polys to Synapsis, so yeah, I'll tell Synapsis. Let's see, what do we got here? We can do neck mask, that works. Booty. Does booty work? Nope. It's, yeah. You know what? It's pre-alpha. I'm not worried about it. This stuff will get fixed. But yeah, that hard armor looks great. Okay. Two that I'm particularly proud of are my Hero 1. We're gonna rename these. Show him Tony. Oh yeah. These guys are cool. These are my Hero. Kind of like my version of Superman and Supergirl. These came out really good. Yeah, I like him. Came out really nice. The capes are just, I just threw dynamics on it to have them move. That's not what they're going to look like. Tony. Where is Tony? Anthony. Wasn't it Anthony was his name? Yeah, there's Anthony. Oh, right, man. Ah! That's Anthony. I did not make him. Yes, I did. I made some of this. Wait a minute. This is my armor. What am I talking about? The only thing I didn't make was the chest piece. I think the under armor's mine. Yeah. Turn that glow down, because that's really annoying. Yeah, that glow is really annoying. I don't know why that's like that. But yeah, this armor's mine. Like the under armor's mine, but this chest piece isn't mine. I think that's Charles. Now mess with him. Okay. Yeah, see that works. These all work. Fat Tony. Go. Chest bulk. Big ass chest. Yeah, this stuff works. So these morphs work. And you know why these work, Cabot? Because it's spandex layer. And this chest piece was obviously rigged and the morphs were transferred properly. That's why this works. Mine doesn't work because all the pieces are separate and they haven't been morphed. They haven't been set up properly. So Snaps is going to have to go back and transfer those morphs. But yeah, you can do arm length, shoulder width. I mean, you can do hands. This is ridiculous. It's stupid what you can do with this guy. Like, I like maths. There you go. Yeah, I will definitely talk to Synapsis about that. Because there is literally, like I mentioned, there's literally I'd say 75 to 100 pieces that are going into that I gave to go into the generator. Synapsis might need to go through every single one and make sure the morphs are working. And I think that's priority because that's a lot of pieces and most of them are NPC stuff that we need, right? But yeah, that's kind of cool. Torso length. That's funny. It's hilarious. And it works with the female too. Yeah, that's my armor as well. Okay, so this is what the armor looks like underneath. And for those watching that are interested, this armor, like this part here, I made in Substance. That's all using the 4 different color channels that we may have and using height. That's how I made that. There's no modeling in there at all. That's how powerful Substance is. Let's see. Oh, I'll tell you. I'll show you here. I'll give you a better idea what I'm talking about here. Here's another one. This is another one that was purely made in Substance. There's no modeling in there at all. Where are you? I do not know where she is. Check. Yeah, I don't know where she is. I don't remember what I named her, to be honest. But, let's see here. Maybe she's in here. So. I gotta be careful what I show because there's some stuff in here. Hey, Mavis. Yeah, I was just showing off some stuff in the character generator. Yeah. There's one armor. I'd like to know where she is. It's 100% done. She's done in Substance. Oh, the cat suit is 100% Substance. That's true. I remember that. Yeah, this is all Substance as well. There's no modeling done in this at all. So, she's pretty cool. That is all Substance as well. Except for this part. I think that's an add-on. I really wish I could find that. Here you go, Mavis. You weren't here for this. This is my my interpretation of Superman. Yeah, he came out pretty good. Yeah, I don't know where that. I really wanted to show off that one chick because she's 100% Substance and she looks insane. I'm thinking she maybe got. I got Heck Halo too. That's kind of cool. That would go good with the Anthony. Yeah, well, that's why he doesn't look exactly like Superman. He's inspired by Superman, but he doesn't look anything like. He doesn't have a S on his chest or any of this signature stuff. Yeah, I don't know where that chick went. I'm gonna have to look for her. But yeah. And then I'll show you something. I'll show you what, let's grab, Hero 1 here. Now, go here, select powers. This will take a second. test island you can... Scooperman. Yeah. I don't know. That's up to the comp team. It takes a minute for this to log in. It's up to the comp team, honestly, what they name him. He'll have to fit somewhere in the lore, I guess. And it's not really him. It's what the armor set is called Hero 1. Right? Like that set is what it's called. So really you're not naming the hero itself, you're naming the set, the costume. And here we are, inside the game. And we have flight. This is our flight, guys. Look at it. It's beautiful. Pretty amazing. If you guys could see what I have seen in the background that's being worked on. I'm so excited for the next month or two. It's gonna be amazing. Okay. So, but this is just a little island, like, if you donate the 50, you get access to the avatar builder, this. For now, there's a huge update coming. There's going to be a whole bunch of parts added to the character generator, and there's possibly a new zone coming. And like I said, with that, when you sign up for that, you get access to all the updates as they happen. And it basically up to and when the game goes live. You basically, when you put the $50 in, you own the game, but you get to help develop it. You're there to give feedback. Think of yourself as a dev, basically. You're helping. Can't remember. There we go. There's the superhero landing. I couldn't remember how to do that. So you have to be super to be able to, in super speed to be able to make it work. That's cool, man. That's cool. I can play with this all day. Oh, here's my another one of my models. This is a very... Hey, stop that. This is a very primitive version of it. It's a much nicer version now. But yeah, that's my line too. All right, if you step here, it's fireworks. Yay. Anyway, that's our avatar builder. It's pretty intense because there's so much you can do in there. If anybody has any questions. But yeah, it's coming along really well. Coffee is good. All right, well, I got 15 minutes and I'm going to take a break. And then when we come back, I'll do a little bit of work on this guy over here so you guys can see the process and how I make a part for this thing. I have so much I could show up. Most of it's in video format. That's the thing, right? Like, I've video logged pretty much my whole development process. So a lot of what done up to this point is in video format. So either YouTube or Twitch. So if you want to know more about, go back and watch the very first episode of Behind the Curtains on my YouTube channel. That shows you a lot of the spandex stuff I did at the very beginning. Let's see here. This, I think I showed this off too. This is the blimp. This is in game already. Just trying to fill the few minutes before I go for my break, and then I'll come back and do some work. But, really need to do some cleanup. Got too many folders that have nothing. Props, that's right. This is cool. Probably will like this. This is. Yeah, so this thing is huge. This blimp here is going to be massive. Your characters are going to be able to be on top of it. So the purpose when I designed this was to have that fully open so that you can have parties and costume contests and stuff on top of the blimp. So think of your character. Your character is going to be quite small on top of that thing. It's huge. This is a cool little project I did. I actually put it up for sale. It'll probably be in the game at some point. But this is a sci-fi desk I did. This is why I have lots of RAM, so that I can open up multiple instances of Substance Painter. Yeah, we're gonna have to. Yeah, we're gonna have to do something about the Hero 1 armor. We'll figure it out. We'll have to change the name But here's the building I did. This is Armstrong Towers. This is where the blimp will be docked at when it's not making its rounds around the city. Oh, tell you, Color of Love is a busy place. Okay, well, if nobody's got any questions, I will take my 15-minute break now, and then we'll, when I come back, we will start, start some work on this Guyver. Okay, I'll be back. And thank you, everybody that stuck around this long. I appreciate it. If you haven't yet, please do hit the follow button and check out my YouTube channel if you haven't yet, because I upload everything there as well. Okay, I'll be back. back out of here. Thank you to those who waited. I had to get into some shorts. Oof. All right. So what should I do here? Okay. So I think what I'm going to do when it comes to the hands and the feet of this thing is I'm going to make them part of the Under Armour. So the next part I need to make are the lower legs and the forearms. So let me grab a reference here. So this is what I'm working with. This is what the actual Guyver looks like, or a version of it. So bring this here. Got it. It's Guyver time. Okay. So what we need to do then, because I can't use his Under Armour as for the process that I use, so I have to use this one. Okay, so symmetry's on. Symmetry turns on and off with using X. I'll try to give you some tips as I'm going along with ZBrush as well, so that people that use ZBrush will have some things here and there too. Okay, so by holding Control, you get your mask brush. What I'm going to do is I'm going to... How far is this going to go down? This is going to go down. Let's go like this. What I do is I make these pieces as pairs, and then when I'm ready and I'm satisfied and I like the way they look, then I go through and I separate them, because when we put them into the character generator, they have to go in as as separate items. It's because we have asymmetrical we have an asymmetrical character generator, so you can have different boots on each foot if you want. So, more customization options, you know? What it's all about. So I'm gonna have that cover the ankle, I think. That. Probably this. Adjust that. So that's my mask. Now that I have my mask, I go up here, and this is a handy dandy little plugin that I've got. You can do this without this, but I find it's instead of 3 or 4 mouse clicks, it's 1 mouse click. And there we go. We have geometry. So first thing I like to do is I like to go down to deformation and I like to polish the edges, which usually makes it do that, but that's fine because we can grab our move brush and we can just pull this up. Now keep in mind, I have an Under Armour going under this, so if I turn this on, you can see that the Under Armour, I will have to pull this out. Accommodate that. I'm probably going to put some thickness to this. Let's see. And just like that, we have legs, lower legs. Now, I want to do some adjustments here. So, let's see here. This to be. So I want it to sort of. This is organic armor, right? So it forms to the wielder's body. So I'm probably going to put some kind of a. Yeah, I'm looking at the. See, in the picture, his knee is covered. That's why I put this thing here. So I'm trying to. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. And I make low poly versions out of these high polys when I'm done. So that's the next step once I get everything to where I like it. Okay. So be named Titan lower legs. Call it HP. And then we'll apply this a bunch of times. Now I notice with I notice with the actual Guyver armor, there's like a circle thingy here. I don't know if I should do that because that's a signature Guyver thing, right? Is to have that weird circle in the for the calf. So I think I'm gonna try something different. Let's bring out this. See what this does. Go around. Give this a nice organic look with this brush. probably do something like... Oh, that looks cool. Just something different, you know? Let's try. Let's try a different approach here. I need is that brush. Something along the sides here. I'm just trying to figure it out. I really liked this one. It would be cool if I could get this. That does look pretty badass. Let's try. So I noticed that sometimes when you try to paint something on, if one side of it is too close to the other, it'll paint it on the other side like that. So I turned back face masking off. So now when I paint on this side, it doesn't appear on this side anymore. I wonder if that should have been here. Let's try. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. Yeah, see, I like that. Because it's a seam, right? The Guyver armor goes on him. It's like a seam, so... I still need to do something for the sides. I don't know what to do. Because I can't do an exact copy of that. That'd be easy, just... Right? But I can't do that. I don't know. Yeah, part of me wants to just grab something non-organic and throw it on there, but that's just work. I'm wondering if I could do what I did up here. Not bad. It does look good. Yeah, I think so. I still wouldn't mind some kind of a I think so. Chest. Yeah, those lower legs fit. Okay, so I really don't like the Under Armour. I have to fix that. So, because I didn't name. Okay, that's so. I'm gonna rename this. Let's call this 2. That way I know it's the original one I had. And then I'll duplicate this. I'll rename this. Saving right when I need it to not. Okay. So what are we at? Let's go up a few polys here. This. What? Go away. Wouldn't let me divide it. That's really weird. Okay. What is this one at? Why is that at 3? That's weird. Okay, so this is the low poly. So we'll just weird. I've never had to do that before. I want some good I am so confused right now. It should not be doing anything. Do I have another character somewhere? Yes. Yeah, see, that should be smoothing right out. I don't know what's going on. So I want to, I really should turn off all the armor pieces when I'm doing this. Probably give me a better idea of... Yeah, ZBrush is so weird that way. I've literally had that where I've been trying to export something and it just refuses to export it. So I will save, shut, export, or ZBrush down, reload it, and it works. It's like it gets confused sometimes. Okay, so I'm gonna turn off all this. Because I want to concentrate on the actual Under Armour itself. Oh. Okay. That's funny. I'm gonna redo this. Gotta remember, this is an Under Armour that people will be able to use in the game, so it has to look good as a piece itself, right? I had a part of it masked, so when I subdivided, it didn't subdivide the whole thing. And I still don't understand okay, I need to delete this. This is not working. It's just messed up. I don't know what's going on. I need to delete. See, it's the thing. When you mask to make parts, you have to make sure you delete the mask from the previous part you made because you get this. So I'll take care of that in a minute. Okay, so this is 8913. So that's the original. Okay, so what happens if I subdivide you? See, now, see, he does it properly. Like, what? So stupid. Whatever. It's working now. It's all that matters. Okay. So... See... I'm looking at the concept. Problem with, I'm gonna have to make an Under Armour that anybody can use, because if I make the Under Armour just so that it fits these particular pieces, then it's not gonna be usable on anything else. So that's why I have to make it so that other people can use it. So that's why I need to do stuff to it. Okay. What if we do this? We just do gonna be weird looking, but it'll be cool when it's done. Thinking I'm a substance painter. Problem when you go from one program to the next, your mind just flip-flops on you. This. Like that. Have This is interesting. Like, this is gonna be like an Under Armour that, it's like I can see somebody walking around with this. It's incredible. Just need to go around, blend these sections together so that they. Gonna leave some of this because I want to smooth some of this out because The way I see this armor, the way it looks, it's almost like as if he was wearing like a regular costume or a plastic bag, right? Like the pieces of his body that are pushing up against, like if you're wearing a piece of spandex, right, and you bend your arm like this, right? If you bend your arm like this, these parts of the arm are going to stretch the spandex out, and you're not going to see as many wrinkles, right? So that's what I'm trying to achieve here. Just smooth some of this out, like where I know the spandex or the costume itself would be pressing against his skin. I'm also just taking some of this hard edging out. I don't know, I think that looks very, I mean, that looks close enough. Okay, let's try. Some pieces back on. Yeah, I think that'll work. That looks good, right? Yeah. And then what I'll do in this will be interesting, but what I'll do in Substance Painter when I'm painting the Under Armour is I'll try to paint some parts in between to make it so that you can change the color of the outside as well as the inside parts. Because I'm looking at the concept art and it looks like there's like a ooey gooey part underneath, and then there's these little strings or strangles that go in between the pieces that are connecting the pieces. So I can do that in Substance. That'll be easy to do. Okay, so the only thing I didn't do, I was noticing when I was I did that in mains. Which are very important. Oops. Good. I gotta figure out. I think it was legs at that. Yeah. Was it legs? Yeah, I think that's on multiple pieces actually. Because that was a piece of stuff that had gotten stuck. That's hilarious. All right. So, okay, here's the part that I'm not 100% sure about. These forearms. Because a signature weapon of a Guyver is its vibra blades. So I think I'm just going to make the forearms without them. Maybe put a horn? I don't know. Turn all this off for a minute. Okay, so I stopped naming things, and that was a dumb idea. Should have kept naming stuff. Okay, so forearms. Okay. So they're gonna be split. They are split. They connect. Okay. So the backside is all connected. It's this part that comes down, kind of like this, and it's open. Like that. How far does it go? It's almost right up to the wrist. I'm not going to do that though. And of course, I didn't have symmetry on. You turn symmetry off so that you can do other stuff, and then when something like that happens, I always think to myself, well, maybe the way I did it wasn't good enough. Maybe I have to redo it. So redo it. this real close to the wrist this time. I want to form fit it, you know? Yeah, like that. Yeah, the pressure on this. Screw it up. I have to really push to get any kind of working on. We'll get a new one eventually. Okay, so let's do this. What is going on? Just happened. Not supposed to do that. I mean, what just? That was weird. No, whatever. It worked. That's all that matters. Okay. So things go in a little bit. Sweet. Okay. We're gonna rename this because Titan Forearms Poly. Use some geometry here. Did I lose my music? Oh. Something. What I love about doing organic stuff is that you get a little bit of a wiggle room when it comes to how it looks. Cool. So technically that's the armor done. It's just now a matter of doing the hands and the feet. This is going to be fun to texture. This, I really like this one. I think that makes a really nice, it's like a seam. Added detail, you know? Now, when it comes to these forearms, should I add some kind of a... I need to add something, because... maybe. I don't know if this is something we were gonna add, we would add later or not, but I got spikes. Maybe I could add a spike. I don't know. Probably looks stupid. Nah, I'm not gonna add a spike. I have horns somewhere. Maybe try adding a horn. Wondering if I did not load it up yet. Oh, let's look for it. Okay, well, it's obvious I don't. I mean, putting anything on the elbows is gonna... It's a dead giveaway that it's Guyver if I do that. I try to avoid, like, I don't even have his head laser. I didn't put the things that go from here to here. I didn't put these in. Like, I did everything I could to keep this from looking like Guyver. So I think the way it is fine. So I'm looking at his feet. And it's like a boot, which is going to be hard to do. I might have to do the boots. I have to do the boots as a piece. The hands I'll probably be able to make part of the armor, but the boots are going to have to be... Yeah. Because our model has toes. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to have to end up doing. I think I'm pretty much done for the day. But he is coming along nicely, I think. I will make another pass on this before I start. Before I really start nailing stuff down. Did I just delete the wrong one? I did. ZBrush, you're annoying. You're absolutely annoying. I clicked on it and it didn't register that I clicked on it. I hate you, ZBrush, some days. Maybe that's the universe telling me I need to use the one I was at. I don't know. Maybe I might just redo it. Butt pads. Armor. That's it. Okay. Yeah, and like I mentioned before, this will be hidden in the character generator. I'll be handing that out, so you'll see the Under Armour underneath. And I have to figure out where those little dots were coming from. They're gone now, so it must have been something to do with that armor I had. Okay. Well, guys, I think that'll be it for the day. Well, for this stream anyway. I will be streaming again tonight, and depending on who shows up and how many people show up, I'll make a decision as to what I'm going to do. Whether I'm going to do some more art, or whether I'm just going to play games. Personally, I'd rather play games, but I do need one night where I can relax. But we'll see. I'm willing to do whatever you guys want. But thank you for all the followers, the new ones, and thank you for everybody who showed up. I really appreciate it, more than I can put into words. If you haven't yet, please do follow, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit it up, because anything I do here ends up over there for prosperity, so that people can rewatch it and get more knowledge from it. I hope this stream inspired you guys, and that you'll get motivation to do your own art. Thank you for watching, and as always, may the hue be with you. We'll see you out there. Bye for now.